Okay, people, so I feel as though for the first time in a while, for the last year or so, the top 10 manga sales rankings for the year and the half-year marks have just been rattled up, shaken up, and just on a whole other level different than what it's been since I started doing this. I started making these videos, I want to say roughly back in 2011, talking about the top selling manga of the year or the half year mark. In this particular video we're going to be talking about, we already got the half year mark sales figures and the top 10 manga that have sold the most. And to be honest with you, I'm just like, yo, this is a game changer. This honestly gives me hope at a time where there was several times throughout the years where I was like, damn, you know, manga continues to drop in sales, and will anything ever even come close to what One Piece did? And just seeing these half year mark sales and the new ranking and shit like that, this is game changing. This is awesome. Let's talk about it.
I say we gonna do what we do, no matter how you move, make your move. That's how it be though.
Okay, people, so before we jump into it, I just gotta ask, what do you think of the change up I did?
Voila!
Now, it's not finished just yet. I got a few extra things I want to add. Maybe another shelf in the back, or possibly even like some really fancy like statue of some sort. I don't know, but yeah, this is an anime and manga centric channel, and my background looks purty, if I do say so myself. Now, with that being said, we got the half year mark for this year's manga rankings, the top 10 most selling, and it's an interesting list, but I gotta say that it blows my mind to see the vast difference between some of the top spots in here, because it's like one is like, you know, pretty damn high, and then the next one's like, BAM! Breaking the ceiling and shit. But without further ado, let's start off with number 10. And coming in at number 10 is Spy X Family with 1,796,000 copies. I actually had back maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, had checked this out. If you want a brief synopsis, eventually I plan on doing a video on it, but I do think it'll get an anime at some given point because it's been a breakout success. It's about like assassins and a little girl that could read minds, a lot of really awesome stuff. I really enjoy the manga for the amount of chapters I read so far, and I definitely see this becoming a very different type of hit because it feels somewhat wholesome, but then at the same time crazy and insane. And I think that it's kind of an anime, or it's a manga that when it gets an anime will be like you could watch this with your family and have an incredible time. But also if you want to watch it by yourself, you'll enjoy it too, because Spy X Family, from what I read, I really enjoyed it, and to a certain degree I felt like in a weird way I could relate to it. But yeah, Spy X Family, number 10. Coming in at number 9, a manga that I've seen some visuals for it before. I didn't know the name and I'm just now learning about it. Maybe I'll check it out. It's selling. It might mean something. Of course, sales doesn't always mean quality, but yeah, Hanako-kun with 2.138 million copies. Yeah, I had to look down to read it. Yeah, it's a weird name, but the art looks incredible. I have no idea what this series is about. I'm curious if anybody has read or checked this series out for that matter. Let me know. Is it good? Should I give it a go? I'm planning throughout the year to have a bunch of first impressions. I still got to talk about Undead Unluck. Been having a great time with that one. You already know I talked about Mashal. Ton of first impressions I'm planning on doing throughout the year, and maybe this could be thrown in there. Again, congrats, number 9. Coming in at number 8, very big drop, but I mean the competition was pretty steep this year. Attack on Titan Shingeki no Kyojin. To be honest with you, with that next season, depending, as long as they don't drop the ball, because there's been so many scattered rumors that a different studio is getting it, and it's a shame because this has been an incredible series, an incredible anime. Honestly, of the last 10 years, Attack on Titan hands down has to be at the very least in your top 10, top 20, and going into the, you know, anything after 10, I feel like you're cheating it. But Attack on Titan coming in at number 8 with 2,212,000 copies, still very respectable, because at the end of the day, the series, it blew up in like 2013. I want to say it came out in 2009, the manga. The anime came out in 2013 and blew up, and you know, 7 years later it's still in the charts, and it's been, I want to say, in the top 10 charts every year since the anime. So congrats once again, Attack on Titan. Yeah, it's a drop off in the charts and sales wise, but also we don't know what digital sales is looking like, so there's that too. And yeah, Attack on Titan, Kodansha still in the running. Coming in at number 7, this series, I remember checking out the anime years ago and having a blast with it, and I've talked about it. It's been in the rankings as well for quite some time. Haikyuu, I've heard the manga has been just absolutely insane. People always tell me, yo, you gotta get into Haikyuu, man, and I plan on eventually checking it out. I probably will go more so with the anime though, because I really enjoyed the anime, the soundtracks, the visuals, and all that stuff. And Haikyuu sold 2,996,000, so nearly 3 million copies for Haikyuu, coming in again at a respectable number 7. Haikyuu doing its thing, baby. Volleyball. You never think, when you hear about sports manga, sports anime, you're like, oh, especially if you're not a big sports fan. I mean, me personally, I'm more of a basketball guy. Volleyball never really hit my radar, but Haikyuu breaks all the rules and is like, yeah, Haikyuu's that shit. You should check it out. Coming in at number 6, just barely, about 100,000 or so, etching out Haikyuu, and it's wrapping up real soon as well, interestingly enough. So this will probably be the last year we'll see this series on this list, and that is The Promised Neverland, coming in with 3,102,000. I want to say, if it's not in this issue of Jump, within the next few issues, The Promised Neverland manga is actually ending. They've been saying it's ending for like 2 years now, but they said it was in its climax of the final arc just recently, so probably another couple chapters, if not this issue of Jump, it'll end. And yeah, Promised Neverland, from what I read, really enjoyed it. The anime was awesome. Looking forward to season 2 if it drops in January, or if not, if it gets pushed back whenever it comes out. Definitely gonna give that a watch, because Promised Neverland is awesome and a different type of series for a Shonen Jump. Shonen Jump, you don't really get series like that, and yeah, I like it. Top 5, baby. Top 5. Coming in at number 5, honestly, I thought this might have been a little bit higher. The fandom is enormous, okay, and very vocal at that online, so I expected it to be a bit higher than this, but this is still awesome, very respectable as well. My Hero Academia, number 5, with 3,339,000 copies. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's definitely well deserved. I thought maybe it would have been top 3, to be honest with you, because again, the fandom is really big, but that is also in the West, so I'm not sure exactly what it's like in Japan. I'm imagining, again, top 5 shit, the fandom's probably really big over there as well, but yeah, I expected it maybe to be in the 4.5 to 5 million, to be honest with you, with the amount of shit that goes on with this series and the amount of passion and love and anger that goes on in this community. I'm like, yeah, but still, top 5, it ain't nothing to sneeze at neither. Like, that's a great accomplishment. And My Hero Academia, the manga, has been phenomenal lately. If you haven't been reading, definitely recommend checking it out. I've been reviewing the manga for some time now, and last couple of reviews I just fanboyed out, because it's like, shit is going down. It is in the Marine Ford, what I like to coin it, the Marine Ford of My Hero Academia. That's how it feels, and it's I'm not even bullshitting you. Like, this shit is hype. I gotta say, this series in particular that I'm about to mention for number 4, this series, you gotta give it so much praise and respect. You have to. There's no way you can disrespect this series, because what it's done since I've been talking about this, I don't know exactly what year, but it was very early on, maybe like 2013, 2012-ish, whenever, that I started talking about, doing these lists. Remember, obviously I started in 2011, but it was only a few years in that I was like, okay, the series is in the top 10 this year, and then the next year, and the next year, and it had 2 seasons, and I want to say it's getting a 3rd season of a really hated anime, botched CGI fest, and it's like, this series has sold so well and been in the top 10 manga rankings every year, solely off of its own merits, off of being a quality writing, off of growing a fandom, strictly off of people loving the manga, not depending on an anime. And that's no slight to the series. If an anime does its thing, it does its thing. But Kingdom, I regret that I never really got into it like that. I read a few chapters back in the day, loved what I read, but I just, I read a lot of shit and sometimes I forget. And Kingdom, yet again, number 4, coming in number 4 in the top 10 rankings with 3,512,000 copies. Like, praise to all the series that make it into the top 10 list or whatever, but Kingdom in particular, I have so much respect that it does it based off just being a kick-ass series, not needing an anime, not needing extra promo. Is like, the promo is the quality writing itself, and not many series can say they've done that. So kudos to Kingdom. Top 3, baby. Top 3. Now, third place, to be honest with you, I'm like, huh? What? Like, I've heard about this series, and I know that there's a fandom for it. I know there's a lot of people that actually like it. Like, every time I've mentioned it in the past, it's like, okay, there's a fandom for it. But damn, to top 3? Top 3? Like, that's crazy. The series, I think it's, from what I'm reading, I think it's the Q quintuplets or the quintuplets. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this shit, but top 3 with 4,240,000 copies. Shit, over 700,000 more than Kingdom, and almost 1 million more than My Hero Academia. What the hell is going on in this series? Like, yo, I need to check this shit out for myself, because I've been seeing it in the rankings for the last couple years, and now it's like top 3, beating out My Hero Academia, beating out Kingdom, that does numbers insane, beating out Haikyuu, beating out Promised Neverland. Like, what the fuck is going on in there? Is it like free I don't know, but congrats to that series as well. That shit surprised the shit out of me. Top 3. Now, top 2, what everybody's been wanting to know. Has Demon Slayer defeated One Piece again? Has One Piece regained its throne, reclaimed its crown? What is going on here? Well, again, this is the half-year mark, so things can change, but I don't see it changing that much. Just keeping it in a buck. I think that this is going to be the set order for the final year wrap-in sales as well, because it's a landslide. And again, shout out to the number 2 spot, because it's been holding it down for so many years. But coming in at number 2 is One Piece, and coming in at number 1 is Demon Slayer. But that's not even the kicker. That's not even the kicker of like, whoa, some beat One Piece. Like, yes, some beat One Piece, but keeping it a buck, and I love One Piece more than I love the other series, and the other series finished, so maybe this year will be the last year, or next year at best will be the last year that this series is on the charts, unless it gets like a sequel of some sorts. Demon Slayer did like 10 times the amount of sales as One Piece. Like, check it out. One Piece did 4,885,538 copies, which again, almost 5 million, which is kind of crazy that quintuplets like was only 600,000 on One Piece's heels. One Piece, the quintuplets is on your heels. Oda, get it together. But he probably only released like a volume or 2, and with all the breaks because of, the shit that's going on in the world, I wouldn't be surprised if it released less volumes than normal, to be honest with you. But One Piece doing 4.8 mil, right? Demon Slayer did 45,297,633 copies. Like, that is nearly 10 times the amount of manga sales. This hasn't happened. Like, since I've been doing this, I have not seen something like this. In fact, Demon Slayer already has the record in only 6 months of the highest manga sales in a single year. And that's that it hasn't even finished yet. We're only at the halfway mark. So we could, especially with that movie dropping and the fandom reigniting and shit like that, and there's still more volumes to go, we could see close to 100 mil. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, even with what's going on in the world right now, there's pictures of fans lining up outside of the store to get them the new copy of Demon Slayer. This is nuts. But I'm very curious what you guys think about all this. Did any of these mangas surprise you being on the list, or any placings? Maybe Attack on Titan shocked you being all the way down there. Maybe Demon Slayer's astronomical. I don't know who wouldn't be surprised, unless, of course, if you keep up with my videos and the news and shit like that, then obviously you're not going to be too surprised by Demon Slayer doing that great. But if you're not really in the know or in the loop, Demon Slayer bodying One Piece like this should blow your mind, because it still blows mine, and I've been covering this shit almost every other week since it's been happening. But yeah, curious your thoughts overall on all this jazz, and yeah, we'll see what happens at the end of the year. But to be honest with you, I have no doubt in my mind that Demon Slayer will be the number 1 without a shadow of a doubt. No disputes, no Oricon said this, Shueisha said that. None of that is going to happen at the end of the year. There's no way they could do that this year. Demon Slayer is number 1 manga sold of the year, and we're only 6 months in. One Piece cannot catch up, as great as Oda is, unless Oda kills off a straw hat. Unless he kills off a straw hat, no, it's not happening, and a straw hat ain't dying. So yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace.